Today, I'm going to be showing you how to do this with the help of the new update with Adobe XD, which allows you to animate strokes and paths. What's up, everybody? Gary Simon here, and today we're going to be checking out a couple features that were integrated with a latest update of Adobe XD just yesterday, or wait, 2 days ago, and it allows you now to animate the paths and also your stroke properties, mainly like the gap in the offset properties. And it allows you to do a lot of really cool things, like in terms of micro interactions and other types of animations. So if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and let's go ahead and get into it. Now, wait 1 second. You're about to watch me create a really cool UI interaction, but wouldn't you really love to make it a reality in the browser? Well, that's where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Scrimba.com, and you can learn awesome front-end development right there. At Scrimba, you don't just watch videos. No. You're actually able to modify code in the browser while you learn. My course on UI design features over 100 lessons that are specifically tailored to help you become an awesome UI designer, and they're packed with interactive challenges. So click the very first link here in the YouTube description to access my course along with many others for a very low monthly fee. All right, we're in Adobe XD. I'm going to choose just an iPhone X. It doesn't matter what canvas we use. Let's go ahead and give ourselves like a purplish, more bluish sort of background color just for the fun of it. And right there is good. That's 6EOOFF. Okay. So what we're going to do is just have a simple button here. Let's take the rectangle tool, go all the way out. We'll Alt and left click, drag in. We're going to have a stroke, but we're going to make it white because we want to see the thing. We'll make it 2 pixels, and we will also, let's just give it slightly round corners. Then we're going to take the type tool, and centering up in there is just going to be the call to action text confirm. I've been liking the font Poppins lately, so we're going to use that. And then, of course, we want to see it, so we're going to make it white and then bold, 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 bold. All right, and then, of course, we'll position this up here in the center. All right, so now we have our confirm button. Maybe we'll make it a little bit smaller, Alt in. All right, and we're going to be able to animate now the stroke. Now, what I mean by the stroke animation is the dash and the gap property right here, respectively. So just to show that in the context of like a component, first let's go ahead and adjust these values right here. Like we'll have the dashes up here and then the gaps. We want to set this up in such a way that we only have 2 dashes. There we go, something like that. Some trendy, unique, interesting way to show the actual kind of like a general outline. And then on hover, we'll make it so that it'll animate the border or the stroke all the way. So let's go ahead and we'll take this right here and we'll right click. Actually, let's just come up here and just click plus for component. So now it has the default state. Then we'll hit another a hover state we're going to add right here. Just hit enter. And so the hover state, we're going to make it take this dash and gap and adjust it. So the dash and gap property here of this, we have to click into it, or double click into it rather. We'll take the dash and then the gap all the way down. You can adjust that, several different ways. But now if we click on this, our component, the default state is there, the hover state is here. So now if we hit play, there we go. Look at that. Very cool. But of course, that's not the only thing we want to do. We want to animate something else like a micro interaction. So let's go ahead. Oh, before I do that, let's also, we're going to double click into there and just copy the rectangle 1. And then we're just going to paste that outside, put it to the very, we'll take this and just drag to the very top. We're going to take the rectangle 2 and we're going to hide the border and we're going to give it a background. The background is going to be slightly darker than the background it's sitting on. People are texting me. And then let's just, oops, that's the wrong one. Make sure we select rectangle 2. We're going to offset it like that. And then we'll take a confirm text, put it like in the middle. There we go. There. So now let's one last time click on play, and we have our snazzy little animation. So now let's make an interaction for when people actually click on this thing. So now what we'll do is, by default, we'll go ahead and hide the confirm, and then we'll go ahead and let's see how I want to adjust this. We'll go ahead and adjust the dash and the gap property here. So the gap we take all the way down, there we go, to 0. We can see it full, but that's not the only thing I want to adjust. We're going to turn it into a circle, basically. And so with that said, we have width and height right here, 75. Let's just make this by 75 as well. And we're going to do the same thing for this. So 75 by 75, and we'll keep it offset over here. Now we also want to go ahead with double click into here and then bring the corner radiuses all the way down so that it forms a nice circle. So that will get animated as well, and that's nothing new. You could do that already with the animating the border radiuses, but it should be a cool effect so far. So if we go into prototype mode and we'll click on our, let's see here, let's just select this one, and we'll make this the tap trigger for auto animate. The duration is at 0.3 seconds. We could probably beef that up maybe to 0.8. Let's do ease in and out. And let's see what happens here now. Hopefully it works. You know what? Sometimes this stuff doesn't always work. So we have our interaction still. We're going to click on it. Oh, very nice. It works well. We can also probably stand to, we're going to let's take both of those and make them just a little bit bigger. So we'll take this, and then Alt and Shift while dragging up. And then we're going to have to go back in here and take our corner radiuses and make them a circle again. So now we'll go ahead and play that again. Click that. Very cool. So now we'll have a third one. Before we get to the third one, though, let's just work in here, and you'll see while we're doing that in a second. And we're going to have like a little, like a check mark icon signifying that something has been completed or something. So just to keep things consistent, 2 width for the border radius. Try to get this all centered up decently. Sometimes this background will throw you off, but that looks pretty good right there. Maybe push it over to the left. All right. And then what we'll do is we'll take this and we'll use our dash and our gap. Let's see here. There we go. Down to dash is 0 and gap is 72. Now what we'll do is duplicate that, Control D. Click on this. Bring that back. And then we'll go to prototype. We will click on this to drag this there. The trigger type is going to be time with a 0-second delay. And this will be like, let's try 1.5 seconds for ease in and out. So now if we go back to the very first artboard, click confirm. All right, that's pretty cool. Let us do one final adjustment just to show that you can also animate strokes, because a stroke path, rather, a path. This is a path, our little check mark. And so let's turn it into a right arrow, which of course requires 3 different anchor points, and that's what we have for our check mark as well. Let's duplicate this. So now we have 4. We're going to come in here, go back to the Design tab, and we're simply just going to double click here so we get access to the anchor points. We're just going to move things around. And let's get this positioned a little bit better. All right, so I think that looks okay. I could probably want to spend a little bit more time trying to adjust the alignment. I think that's pretty good right there. So now, if we simply take and we go to prototype, we'll drag this. It's going to be another time, except this time it's going to be a 1.2 second delay. Here, let's try that now. So let's hit play and see what happens. Pause, and then it's going to go like that. All right, so you know what? I think that should be a faster transition. So maybe instead of 1.5, so it's like 0.6 seconds. All right, and then also I want to do like a mask text reveal right here, because I want to put some text down there real quickly. That's going to say next. So to do that, we'll start right here actually in this artboard, and then we'll just say next here. And we're also going to create a mask above it. All right, and let's drop this down so it goes over it, because otherwise, if you try to select both, right click, you don't have the mask option. So this needs to physically overlap on top. We'll select both of them over there, right click, mask with shape now. And so now, if I double click into it, I can now hide this, and then we can copy this, paste it over here, double click back into here, and then just reveal it here. All right, so let's go ahead and hit play here. Let's get rid of all these other distractions. Wish I could scale this up a little bit larger in size, but no big deal. All right, play. There we go. And there we go, finally. Awesome, awesome stuff. All right, hopefully you enjoyed that. You learned something new, and I'm telling you, with every update when it comes to Adobe XD or Figma or other software, it really just opens up the possibilities so much more. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.